If you felt like you've seen this before, you're not crazy. I did a quick little change to this between the recording of this upcoming episode rather, and last, and I took the advice of some of the comments. We have fans in here. Not only do we have fans in here, we actually have the fans hooked up to this lever right here, as well as the powered spotter in there, so I can just flip this to turn it on and off. It's absolutely fantastic. It works better than I thought it would. Hooray. However, let's actually get to today's episode. Alright, hello and welcome to Bevo's Tech Pack episode number 38. I'm Mara28 and we are back for a little bit more action with my mob farm. Though you might notice, even though we started there, we're not there right now. We're actually going to be doing a quick little experiment here. I've never tried to enchant any of these etheric swords before, and I'm kind of curious if you can do so. So we have the enchanter here from Ender.io. You can give this guy experience, certain items, and a book and quill, and it will actually give you an enchanted book with a particular enchantment on it. Like you give it dark steel and you get protection 1. If you give it 4 dark steel and the additional XP to go with it, you get protection 4, so it scales up. It's pretty neat. What we're going to do, where is it? Dun, dun, dun. We're going to be using mob heads. Since I have a double chest full of zombie heads, I have no excuse not to have looting. We're going to go ahead and do 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. It doesn't go to 4. So looting 1 is 8 XP. Looting 2 is 20. And then 3 is 40. And we happen to have 40 levels. We're going to go ahead and pay that, because that is a nice no-nonsense way to get it. And then we're going to come all the way down to my basement, and we're going to make use of our auto anvil, which should have a bit of mob essence left. This thing is actually running fairly low. I've not been running the skeleton grinder in the nether. Alright, so we'll go ahead and toss that in, and so it does look like it's going to work. It will, however, take... Yeah, it's going to work. It's going to go kind of slow, though. Anyway, so once this gets done, we're going to go ahead and do a little experiment with the mob farms we have set up so far, and see if we can actually get increased drops. Because if that's the case, all of these guys are getting looting 3 swords. Definitely. There's one other thing that I do want to check out. See, what do I need for another powered spawner? I need to make a Z-Logic controller, the vibrant crystals, and the machine chassis. Those are no problem. The Z-Logic is going to take zombie heads, which we have out the wazoo. Alright, so let's check out, see if we have any in here still. Ooh, we do have one. Fantastic. Alright, powered... The next thing up on our little farming adventure here is probably going to be the gaslings from Twilight Forest. It'll be a nice good source of... Dun, dun, where they go? A nice good source of gas tiers without having the big huge gas. Don't want to deal with that at all. Alright, that should be enough. 1, 2. There we go. Now somewhere in here, I have a spawner. Let's see what we got here. Carbonite gasoline, that's what we're going for. The ones here, I'm pretty much guaranteed I'm going to turn them into something else, and this one is a just regular, I think, cave spider, so we definitely don't want that. How are we doing in here? Alright, so this is going to take a little bit, I'll tell you what. We'll go ahead and I'll join back up with everybody, well, all one of you, as soon as the stuff is ready, and we'll see you then. Okay, we're back here in our little spawning area, so stuff's going good so far. We have our little gasling spawner is installed, and I also took the opportunity, I moved the blaze spawner over here, though this chamber's not hooked up yet. That'll be coming shortly. I only have 3 more of these little spaces left. I got to think hard what I want to put in here. While I'm tempted to do withers for wither skulls and stuff, I really have more wither skulls at the moment than I will ever need. So I need to just look at some of the mobs and stuff we have in the game and see if there's any drops that would be really good to have that I really don't want to have to manually farm. But what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and go around to the back where this nice little golem is standing around. And we're going to give the Killer Joe there, this enchanted sword, and we're going to see if he actually does anything extra with it. Alright, so yeah, cobblestone, give him this guy right here. So looting 3. Alright, and the golem went out of range, so we need to make sure the fans are on. Right now, the way I have this set up is that the fans are only on whenever the spawner is on. There we go. It's not really needed, but the way that I'm doing this, each of these spawn chambers has their own color. The one here is red, this is green. If you go around the corner here, we're going to hit brown and then blue. And the reason we're doing this is that I want to, at a later point, it's probably not going to be anytime soon, but at a later point, I would like to be able to come in and control the actual spawners from a central location instead of just doing levers on-off. And by having them each on their own unique channel that way, it makes it really, really simple to manage it from a computer or from something like RedNet. The question I have, though, is I don't know if the looting on this is actually going to make a difference in terms of what drops. We might need to try with another mob just so we can get a little better visualization. Because that was a whopping 1 piece of tower wood. This is fairly unique, though. This is a pretty good way to getting the tower wood planks, so it's a good farm, I think. Tell you what, let's we're taking the sword back. Let's go ahead and give him an unenchanted one. Take the XP. Let's go pay a visit to the ghast spawner. Well, it's not a ghast, it's ghastling. This one might be a little bit troublesome to automate, I'm not sure. If these things fly only when they see a player, we should be good. But if they fly all the time, they're going to just like go right above the fans, and it's just going to be pointless. And I don't know where I'm going. I need to recharge my dark steel boots badly. That or just go back to free runners for now. Alright, so we're back this way. So let's give you the dun-dun-dun looting 3. What are you set to? Always active, that's good. I'd say I'm not sold on the factory block on the interior there. Just due to some bad foreplanning on my part, this room's a little bit off. In this case, this wall right here, I should have had another block so that the interior wall for this corridor wasn't shared with that wall. I can fix that, I think. I'm not sure if it's worth it, though. Alright. Let's give it a go. So check that out. That guy immediately flew up into the corner. He's totally not going to get hit there. However, the second he drifts over to the right, he should start taking damage. Okay, so that looks good. That also looked like looting was working, because that was a lot of gas tiers. Holy cow. Gas tiers and gunpowder. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, so what we got here. Oh, yeah, that works. That's fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. So that means that I need to pool XP, and I need to get looting 3 swords for all of these guys. And I also need to make some more etheric swords. I currently have 3 of them total. I need to make another 4 of them. And I need to enchant 6 of these things with looting 3. So that's going to be a ton of experience, actually. I need 240 levels. That might be a bit of a longer term project, or at least until I can automate some XP farm a little bit better. For now, I think we should probably just turn this off. There's no point burning this. I really don't need the gas tiers at the moment. Can you make boar essence, actually? No, okay. Tainted blood pendant. I've never actually seen what that does. I'm going to Oh, you can make gas tiers to monopearls. I did not know that. Huh, the more you know. Yeah, those guys might be problematic. They just keep floating to the top. I have got to find a way to keep them down low. The second they move over, though, they should be within range of getting hit. I could probably get away by just adding 2 more fans at the very top to push them over. It's going to make the room look kind of odd, but I mean, it would work. Oh, and I need to replace that thing of stone right there with graphite. I am happy with this, though. We can move on. How are you not... Oh, he's too high. Alright, yeah, he's too high. Do I have any of these fans in my bag? I may, but that's the wrong bag. Oh, he's dead. Apparently not. I was going to see if you can actually place these things, like, on the wall or something. Because if you could do that, that would solve my problem. I just have it, like, blowing downwards. I know I could do something like that with, like, flax spears, but that would be a... It would not fit for this build, but that would be actually really good for a lower tier setup. Let's go ahead and steal this one real quick. Alright, so can I place you there and will you face downwards? No, you will not. Okay. That answers that question. Fans cannot save me now. Okay, so while we have everything set up here, and it is working pretty much okay for these first 3 chambers, I definitely need to finish up decorating in there, though. We've got the rest of these, they're getting filled out fairly well. The problem I'm running into is that of power. Right now, I have the 2 zombie generators. They're making about 160 redstone flux per tick. That is more than enough to make the nutrient distillate to run this entire facility. That will not be enough power to run the spawners. And it seems to be, I'm not sure if it's based entirely on the entity or if there's something else odd going on here. The power requirements seem to vary. So this is 800 redstone flux per tick for the blaze spawner that we have here. The gasling one that we have over here, I believe this guy's actually at, did I back away? No, I didn't. I believe the gasling's at 160. So yeah, that takes next to no power to spawn stuff. Get you back there. The Enderman over here is 1,600, and the Carbonite Golem is also 160. So I mean, there's a wide variety of power requirements, but ultimately it comes down to this: those zombie generators aren't going to power that, at least not in any reasonable speed. And while I doubt I'll actually be able to get enough juice to have everything running full blast, I mean, assuming worst case scenario. And the most expensive one is going to be the Enderman, and my other 4 are going to be, well, excuse me, my other 3 are going to be that expensive. No way in heck is that going to work. The amount of distillate I would need a much larger farm, and I really don't want to do that. So we're going to go ahead and get involved with a little bit of railcraft. You've probably guessed already due to the stuff in my hotbar. If you haven't, you're going to find out why. Oh, wrong way. There we go. So this is going to be the little sub-basement / power area for this. It's accessible by elevator only. I mean, there's no real reason to come down here. It's pretty much going to be automated by itself. It's going to have it's going to have our source of power, the energy storage, and then it's just going to go run up to the facility itself. Really simple stuff. If we go ahead and hit F9 here, F9, yeah, there we go. One of the main things I need to do is I want to make sure that when I set this up, that the boilers that I'm going to make are actually within the same chunk. I don't want them like split between borders. That would be potentially bad. I'm okay if the water source is in another chunk. Well, actually no, let's not do that. That could also be really bad. We're going to make sure that the boilers, the water source, and all that stuff is together in the same chunk. What I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and put the first boiler right here at this corner, and then put the other one right next to it. And this is going to be a really simple setup. It's just going to be a 3x3. And these are going to be the big ones. Oh, I didn't want to go that far deep. Alright, and we're going to construct our reservoirs right here. And we're going to use this to keep these guys full on water. One of these should be enough to fill both of these things. I hope. I really do hope. And we are going to go ahead and tell this to eject. And then again, we want to go ahead and lay these things down. Simple stuff. And then we'll be putting the fuel source right there, but we don't want to do that yet. Let's see, the biggest ones are going to be 4 tall. Yeah, that looks right. Because these things are going to be huge. Now, unfortunately for me, these things will actually take a very long time to get up to heat. If I had any refined firestone, I could speed that up. But I've not actually made any. Yeah, it seems to be doing okay. And then we have just enough left to go ahead and make the next one. I should have brought my builder's wand. That would have made this a little bit quicker. Yeah, get in the center there, thank you. So I'm missing 3, 1, 2, and 3. There we go. So we got 2 full-size boilers here. They're filling up with water, right? Okay, good. I'm going to wait for these guys to get completely full with water before putting any fuel in. Alright, so now that these guys are completely filled up with water, I think this should be okay. What we're going to do, I have an ender chest right here. I don't know why I have 2 of them. I only need 1, actually. We're going to go ahead and set this down. And these guys immediately kicked into gear because this thing is full of charcoal. It's currently being fed from my base. It's turning all my excess wood into charcoal. I might need to speed it up a little bit. I know, I take this back. I need to speed it up because this is going to chew through a lot of charcoal. You know, actually, that's not too bad. No, that looks okay. I might need to do one more speed upgrade, but I think it should be fine. Alright, so now these things are going to take a very long time to get up to heat, unfortunately. They will work once they get around, once the steam that it starts making gets around to this point, it will actually start working by itself fine. And I think it's like at least 100 degrees it'll start pumping out stuff. It will chew through fuel though until it gets to the point of being to full 500, at which point it will get to its best efficiency. So we've just got to feed this thing until it's ready to go. And because of that, they're not going to be too terribly useful until then, which means that really I'm not going to be able to use these guys probably till a day or 2, assuming this entire area gets kept chunk loaded, which it should. I can't see the sky from here, so I have no idea if it's actually loaded. Worst case scenario, I can just plop down an anchor in here. Because my chunk loader that I have over here, I'll put full. Okay, good. Means we're not using nearly enough distillate. Forced load, 49 chunks. I'm sure the game will like that. That will, however, ensure that this thing stays loaded for however long it takes to get up this stuff. Yeah, we need to go improve our charcoal situation. That's not going fast enough. Alright, so let's go back to the base and see what we can do to make that a little bit faster. Alright, and down we go. So over here I have a little tiny, this thing right here. This is the source of my power. It's going pretty good, but it could go better. It could go much, much better. Now, the easiest way to do this, to fix this, would be to replace this with a higher tier factory. Because this is a basic factory. Even let's see, basic, what is it, an advanced factory? Yeah, so it's right now it's basic. We'd want to go to advanced. And right now this is what? This is smelting. Yeah. So I would need 4 of the enriched alloy, and let's see what we got. Not nearly enough, so we'd need the 3 enriched alloys, and we would need the circuits. I could do that, and then if I were smart, I would then immediately go for the elite factory. See, the reinforced alloys, though. Just going for this might be enough. See, this is redstone and iron. Okay, and iron. What do we have in here? Okay, you're empty. Okay, do your stuff. Okay, so that's cooking. We're also going to need the advanced control circuits. Which is going to be the basic control with the enriched alloy, and this is osmium and redstone, okay. I'm getting the osmium blocks, that's for sure. This is from my thing upstairs. And let's take out some of this iron so we don't use it all. Alright, so we need 3 for our general thing, and we're going to need 2 for the circuit. And then after that, 1 osmium. And we should also look into getting some speed upgrades. Recipe. Alright, so for that we're going to need more of these guys too. Okay, let's go ahead and put that in. So we could take 4 more. Okay, so that's for the circuit, as is this. Then if we put 8 more in there, that'll guess what we need for the actual speed upgrades. Now I'm fine using the power from the base here to run that stuff, so it's not completely free power. It will take whatever this factory is going to be using. I mean, right now it's at 28 redstone flux. That's really not a lot, so that's no problem. Oh, my base is still not good. So jittery. Alright. And that's not the right machine. There we go. Okay, it's doing its stuff. Let's go ahead and make up the control circuit. Alright, so advanced control. We'll clear that out. I had circuits in there. I didn't even make one. That figures. Now this is probably going to go really bad, but I'm going to pick this up without emptying it, and here's hoping it retains its inventory. Something tells me it might not. Okay, advanced factory. And you're the first one, right? Yes, you are. Oh, looks like it does. It, however, loses what it has inside of it, which is unfortunate. Anyway, so what we're doing, it's going to be taking stuff in to the bottom, which that's, I believe, red. There we go. And it's going to output to the right, which is dark blue. And we definitely want to tell it to auto sort. There we go. That is blue, right? Yeah. Oh, auto eject, yes. There we go. Now, with any luck, this might be able to keep up with what the boilers are doing. So far, actually, this is this may be okay. Just the 2-speed upgrades or so should be able to kick it just over the edge that it needs to be. Alright, it could definitely run one of these guys. I was a little ambitious with 2. So speed bracket upgrade? Okay. Yeah, so even that basic export bus is going faster than what this thing's going right now. That's kind of funny. So the question is it worth the power drain to keep it at the speed right here? Because this is 280 redstone flux per tick per operation. So it's actually using a lot more than that. If you notice, this is actually draining power, so it's no, there's a balance point to this. Let's take that out. Yeah, that appears to be enough. Okay, so no, we'll leave it like that for now. The 5 upgrades. Apparently I didn't need to make that. That's why you should test stuff before you assume that you need more. However, this is going great. That said, this is probably going to be it for this episode of Bevo's Tech Pack. I need to make a ton more steel. So much steel and graphite and, well, I need cyanite. So steel, graphite, cyanite. You could probably guess, well, I'll just tell you there's no guessing involved. We're making a turbine. We're making a big reactor's turbine, and it's going to be running off of those boilers. Hopefully we're able to get quite a bit of power out of it. Oh, and I need to charge my boots. With any luck, it'll be quite a bit. And if these guys are both running full tilt, that's going to be more than enough steam to get a good amount. And I should have enough metal blocks to be able to put something together that would give me a decent amount of redstone flux per tick. I don't need to do a big reactors one. There's quite a few steam turbines. Let's go and pull them up. So I can do the steam turbine from MFR. It's fairly cheap. It works. It's is it actually 160 redstone flux per tick? Huh. See, what's it cost to make this? So the factory machine block, pistons, furnace, that's fairly cheap, actually. It might be worth finding out what it actually takes to get those guys going, because if those can, well, I don't know what kind of steam they use. I need to do research. This is of no use to us. Let's just search steam then. We have the classic, industrial, commercial, and hobbyist. These are all basically the same efficiency, so there's no real boon for one over the other. Let's see, and we also have the steam dynamo here, which is going to be on par with the, I think it's on par with the industrial. It may not be, actually. It depends if they actually updated it. It might actually be better, and if it's better, we could use those. But I really like the idea of using the actual turbine stuff. Which is, well, awesome. It's expensive. We need steel, graphite, we need cyanite, and other quartz, just for 4 of the turbine housings, and you will be using a lot of it. In general, the turbines you're going to make are going to be much larger than the actual reactors you build to put them on. So it can get expensive very quickly. And we do need some plutonium for this, but that's okay, we have that. Power ports are easy. Let's see. Fluid port, we will need that. And we will need the rotor bearing. We do not need the computer port, though we're probably going to make it just for the heck of it. And then we'll need tons of these rotor shafts. So yeah. I basically need cyanite. I need a lot of cyanite and I need a lot of steel. How are we doing on steel? We've got quite a bit. We don't have enough. So what I am going to do, I'm going to go ahead and pull out my reserve of iron that I have in here. Hello, reserve of iron. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and get this stuff processing for next time. There we go. And we have some dark steel balls in here, so it's actually going to give us a little bit of ore doubling going on. So it's going to be a little bit more efficient than just burning it in the regular sag mill. And I've been rambling on here, and for that I am sorry. So I want to go ahead and thank you for watching this episode of Bevo's Tech Pack. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave a message below. And as always, have a good day. No, your monitor is not off. There is something nasty going on here. Apparently it is a blood moon. I've actually not seen this happen before. This is pretty cool. I don't know what mod does this, but if it is anything like a certain other pack, it should be tougher mobs should be spawning right now. I really am curious as to what causes it. I've never seen this before, and this is freaking awesome. I mean, I was going to have a stupid little screenshot of my little thing I was working on today, but you know what? We're going to go with this. There we go. Of course, now people are going to see the screenshot of this, say, oh, hey, look, a blood moon, and then they're not going to find anything at all about the blood moon. Smooth move.